Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make an absolutely delicious chicken pot pie with a Red Lobster cheddar biscuit crust. Now, if that does not get your mouth watering, I don't know what is going to do it, baby. This has some nice buttery cheddar biscuits on top and a delicious chicken gravy at the bottom. So good, so easy. Let's get right into it. Now we are going to cut down on some of the cook time by using a rotisserie chicken. Now as you can see, y'all, that leg and that wing on the side is already gone, baby. We don't even need that. Okay, you know when you get these Costco rotisserie chickens, you just need to go ahead and have you a snap. All right, so y'all, I'm going to prep my veggies real quick. I'm going to be using a stalk of celery as well as an onion. I like to cut these veggies rather small. I'm also going to be using two medium potatoes. Now, you can use as much potatoes as you want to stretch the meal, but I'm going to cut my potatoes in a medium size and then place them into a bowl of water so they don't turn brown. I'm also going to mince up a few cloves of garlic. Now, I don't want the skin of the rotisserie chicken, so I'm going to use some forks to remove that. And then I'm going to cut my chicken into cubes. You can cut your chicken, or should I say shred your chicken into pieces if you would like. But I kind of like the cube texture. I feel like it's a bit more hearty, but you're welcome to shred it if you want. You could also just buy some chicken thighs, season them with some salt, pepper, garlic, and pan sear them. Cut them into cubes if you don't want to do the rotisserie chicken thing. But this is all the chicken that I got. And I also made sure to include the drippings at the bottom. I'm going to add those to my pot pie as well. Now my skillet, I've added 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to start sauteing my onion and my celery for about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to put in my garlic and I'm going to saute for 1 more minute. I love fresh herbs in this. It brightens up the flavors. So I'm using some sage, some rosemary, and some thyme. We are making a gravy, so we're going to use some flour to thicken it up. I'm putting in 1/3 of a cup of flour, and I'm going to toast it in the butter and in the hot skillet for about 2 minutes until it gets sort of a light golden color. And then I am slowly going to start adding in some chicken broth. Now, I just made this chicken broth with some boiling water and a little bit of bouillon. I am going to be putting in total about 3 cups of chicken broth, but you can add how much you want depending on how thick you want your gravy to be. Also, the amount of chicken broth you add will depend on how many potatoes you use. Some people just like to add 1 potato. I put those 2 medium potatoes in there, so that's why I'm using 3, because the potato is going to absorb more of the broth. I'm now going to add in all of my seasonings. I'm using Cajun seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, dried thyme, pepper, as well as a little bit of Nature's all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to leave the amounts in the description box, but at the end of the day, you pretty much just have to season to taste, okay? You are the king or queen of your kitchen, so do it how you like it. Once I have put in all of my broth and my seasonings, I'm going to cover the pot, put it on a medium-low, and I'm going to allow the potatoes to cook covered for about 10 minutes. You want your potatoes to be 3/4 of the way cooked. They're going to cook the other 1/4 of the way in the oven. I'm adding in about 1 cup of frozen peas and carrots, and then I'm going to mix in 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. Allow that to simmer for about 1 minute or 2 to thicken slightly, and then dump in all of your chicken. I'm going to fold this chicken in gently, and then at this point you should just taste everything to see if you like it. Do you need a little more salt, pepper, garlic powder, whatever it is? This is the point where you can adjust the seasonings if it is necessary. Cut your eye off, let this sit at the side while you prepare your topping. So grab yourself a box of this Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix, and we are just going to follow the instructions on the back, y'all. We're going to keep it super simple. So I'm going to put in the dry pouch, and then I'm going to mix in 3/4 of a cup of cold water. And I will admit, I did add me a little bit of extra cheese. Because why not? So the package calls for 1/2 cup of cheese, and I threw in 3/4 of a cup of cheddar cheese. I'm going to mix this together well until a dough forms. Now I want you all to let me know in the comments, do you think this is already looking good? If you think this recipe is going to be a hit, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let me know if your family enjoys this recipe and if you try it. Because I know this is going to really be a hit, especially on a weeknight, something easy you could put together. You know what I mean? Y'all, go ahead and give this one a try. Now, y'all, I have my casserole dish, and I'm going to just put in all of my filling. This dish is actually a little bit smaller than a 9x13, but it's pretty deep. So if you have a 9x13, I feel like that should be able to work for this recipe. I'm going to use an ice cream scoop and kind of do 1/2 scoops of the biscuit dough all over the top. You just want to make sure that it's spread out well. My dough is pretty thick, so it's not able to just kind of spread and make a crust pretty easily. So I'm just going to flatten some of the biscuits just a touch, just to make sure that as it expands, all the cracks are filled in and I have a relatively solid crust. I have already preheated my oven to 400 degrees. This is going to need to bake for anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Watch until those biscuits are golden brown and the filling is very bubbly. I am going to prepare the butter herb mixture for the top. This is 1/2 of a stick of unsalted butter, and then I added in the mixture, the packet mixture. I used unsalted because I think that mixture already has some seasonings in it and I don't want to overdo it. Now this was at about the 25-minute mark. I feel like the biscuits were pretty brown. However, I did want to make sure I cooked this at least 30 minutes because I wanted to make sure those potatoes were cooked and that the filling was all of the way warm through and all the flavors were melding together. So I just covered it for about 5 minutes. Now, y'all, when this came out the oven, when I tell y'all this smelled so absolutely delicious. And let's not even talk about how we're going to brush over that buttery herb mixture all over these cheddary biscuits. Oh my goodness. I had to fight the greedy spirit. Okay, because you know I wanted to eat this one piping hot. But baby, I didn't want to burn my mouth again because I be doing that sometimes, okay? Y'all, I let this sit about 15 minutes before I went in and got me some. Oh my goodness. Do y'all see how delicious this is? There's a nice gravy. I like when my gravy is nice and moist on a chicken pot pie. Guys, let me know if you are going to try this recipe. This is definitely going to be a banger real quick. I'm going to see you next time at Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye, y'all, and God bless.